Well, howdy doody. Hey, what do you do? What do you do on a rainy ass day? You get your Dodge Charger out that has race tires on it so you can fly off the side of the road. Yes, here we are. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Now, we have had an incredible amount of rain. We have had torrential rains here, but it's kind of breaking up. And I'm going to get up the road here in the plumb crazy wide body 392 6.4 Super B edition, last year run, 2023. And I'm going to go up the road because I'm going to give my sister a gift for being such a great sister on the fact that she has moved in with my parents. Yes, she has. My sister has moved in with my parents to help take care of my parents, which, boy, if you're an older person, have older parents, that is very challenging. So my sister has, the last phone I gave her was even hard for me to believe. She has like an iPhone 6 or 7. I'm like, wow, it's been that long since I gave you a phone. So today, what I'm doing is, I'm going to give her a really nice, freshly used iPhone 15 Plus that actually used to be Julia's. And she got the new 16 latest greatest model, but I'm going to send this to my sister. And I've already put a brand new screen protector on it. Nice case. She does need the back lens protector. She knows that. And now it's all the eSIM configuration where you don't have a little SIM card in these things anymore. They can do an e-digital transfer. And since this is a Verizon phone, she's an AT&T user, but she can go to the AT&T store and they can take her old phone number off her existing phone and transfer it to this new iPhone 15 Plus. She's very excited. And once again, I'm just to share this with my sister. I'll never have this. Anymore buying a new iPhone, these things are $1,000 to $2,000. So this is a really great thing for her. She needs one. She told me she's working today. Her phone is so outdated that the company now has an app that's required on phones to get in and out of the building that she works at, and her phone doesn't work with that technology. So I said, hey, you know what? I've got a really nice phone I'm going to give you. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to go to the UPS store and give my sister a gift. And just once again, she's so nice to our family by she's going out of her way to move in with my parents down there in Florida. If you know when I go down to Florida and you see the popcorn routine, she's moved into the home with them to help take care of them in these challenging times. So there you are. So hey, everybody, thanks for watching my channel. And Howdy Dooty is the new name. Howdy Dooty. Hope everybody has a great day. God bless. All right, we're behind the Super B. The Super B, in this car here, as I say, it's got the track radios on it, which really, in the really wet conditions, is not really the car you choose to drive. But you know what? I went to the car wash for my Ram truck, for my Colorado, for my HD Bison, and I'm just thinking, man, I don't want to get those things dirty. I just got them all cleaned up. I went to the car wash for the Grand Wagoneer, and I'm just thinking, I don't want to get it dirty. Now, the Jeep Gladiator is a possibility, but I haven't driven this thing so long. I think the rains are going to subside here. I think by 4 o'clock today, the rains will kind of just move on out, and a little bit of a cooler temperature's coming in, but nothing radical. But boy, I tell you what, heavy rains. And for me, I had to get out of my office this morning and get downstairs in time to clean up my drain without filling the barn up with water. If I don't remove that little drain cover, the water builds up so quickly, it then goes into my barn. It creates a fiasco. My barn borderline gets a little bit flooded to the left side of how the concrete and how it's the lay design. So here we are, 22.4 miles per gallon, not too shabby. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to give. What's so interesting is this phone that I have was supposed to be traded in for a new iPhone 16. And it's really weird because Verizon never sent me the return label to send it in. And so then I really took this phone that I have in my hand and I took it to the Verizon store and they looked up my account and they're like, we don't see that you need to turn this in. I'm like, okay. So then a few months went by. This is like November of last year. A few months went by, and I got this notice from Verizon, hey, you never returned your device. So I went back to Verizon store again, and at that time, they said to me, you've actually have, gone outside the time frame to turn that phone in, which you only have like a 60-day time frame. So like, it wouldn't even matter if it was in the system. You've already crested the threshold, so we can't take it in. I guess I could give it up and get credit for it. Now keep in mind, that phone had $1,000 trade-in value towards my new iPhone 16 that I bought here recently, if you're watching my channel. So, for the most part, I spent $1,000 to keep a phone, for the most part. So, it isn't like this phone that I'm giving my sister is just a phone that, the story. It isn't cheap anymore to buy these smartphones. And the cell phone companies aren't like they used to giving them to you as much when they're brand new out of the box. Yeah, you get older version phones. I know there's good deals out there. There's giveaway programs, but you got to sign up for a contract and everything else. Really, the only thing I'm trying to share with you is the irony is, after I got this phone and it sat around for a while, I always thought to myself, who could benefit from this phone? And I really did. I was really on the sidelines of, who could really benefit from this phone? And so I just kind of sat in the sidelines. And I did offer it to somebody else, but they already have an iPhone 15. This is a 15 Plus. It's a little bigger design, but it's like there's nothing there to gain. I was like, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't make any sense. So my sister today, through the text chat, was talking about how her phone is so outdated, it just doesn't support a lot of the newer apps and systems that require her to go to work. And it's incredible. My sister, 70 years old, is still working. Think that through. Yeah, wow, right? I mean, think that through. So, it's even hard for me to believe how old I am. How old am I? I just thought to myself, wow, I'm 62 years old. So there was like an 8-year spread from me to my sister and 9. Well, I should say 9 and 8 for my sister and brother. Wow. Yeah, in today's world, though, there's so many people that are actively working in their 60s and even their 70s. And it's not uncommon. I think a lot of people today, unfortunately, a lot of people don't have a choice. But also, I think a lot of people just want to stay busy and active. I mean, look at the sitting president of our country. I mean, can you see that guy just sitting down? Can you really see that guy just saying, you know what, I've made my money and I just don't want to hang out and chill out? No, that guy there is probably every bit as active or more active in so many aspects. And if you saw that guy doing his rallies and traveling the country, can you even imagine? Could you, as a person, have the level of strength and voice, integrity, and a compassion to be flying around the country nonstop, and going to court and going through, especially as a family and businesses? I mean, this guy's 24/7. I mean, this guy just is nonstop. There just aren't a lot of people out there in the world who can do what he does. I mean, I couldn't do what he does. There's no way. The discipline you have to be at that level, to be traveling throughout the country and holding these big rallies. You know how much that takes out of you? Just on my own YouTube channel, I get on here, I'll post 3, 4, 5 videos a day. And, some days, man, the day, I'm just like, man, I'm just done talking. I'm just not up for any more talking. I'm done. It takes everything out of you to really talk a lot. So you do it, you just don't get it. So just sharing the gift to my sister, to give back to my sister, giving back to our family, because as you know, if you have older parents and you have to start waiting on them and taking care of them, it's extremely challenging. And as you know, if you want to put them in a home, it's going to be a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money. And then there's just a lot of money that gets spent when, if the family steps it up, they can help take care of mom and dad. That's what my brother and my 2 sisters are doing. And you've seen me go down there as well. And yeah, I need to get back down there sooner than later. Only thing that's changed is the room I used to have in that home. My sister now has taken that room. And there really is only one good room in that house besides my parents' master bedroom, the guest room. The other room is a study that my dad has. That's a pull-out hide-a-bed that my daughter sleeps on. It's not comfortable. It's not accommodating. So my arrangements down there have pretty much changed. If I was going back down there, I would then be living with my brother or with my sister, which isn't a real big deal. But it takes away the evening fun of, like, my daughter and I being there with my father and being my mother. We're there in the evening, till late in the evening, and then we're there until early in the morning, So it's much more being there with my parents versus now. If I go down there, it's going to be, I'm not going to be there late in the evening. I'm not going to be there early in the morning. So the whole relationship is changing, and everything's changing down there as well. And for years, I've always preached to my daughter and even to my family is how important it is for Julie and I to go spend as much time possible with my mother and father while they're still in good health, and we have the fun time that we've had down there. So that's been, I've gone out of my way to do that since 2017. So for the record, we've gotten a good 7 years of a lot of good times down there, and a lot of time for my daughter to really understand who her grandfather is, who her uncle is, and her aunts. And so, but now, we're transitioning to a new, it's a new era, it's a new time for my father. Things aren't as easy for him to get around, and living conditions are changing, and how much longer they're in that home, I don't know. It's really, when you hit your 90s and you're deteriorating your health, it's more of a month-to-month situation than year-to-year. So that's it, everybody. And I'm driving plum crazy Dodge Charger as we roll up the road. And, I've been so busy this morning just in my work aspect. I made my one video about last night's speech, the shock speech to the Democratic Party. And I just really haven't been on social media much at all today, really reading all the antics of all the things that played out that we all know, the unhappiness of the Democratic Party. True unhappiness, and I've said it on my channel earlier, and I've even posted it now. I did just recently post on Facebook and on X what would have made the Democratic Party happy. And I talked about that this morning on my channel, of the difference of the conversations and speech of what would have made the Democratic Party so much happier versus such the unhappiness of looking at a man they just despise and hate. Hate like you can't believe, that so much want him to go away, and so hard worked for him to be put away, and it didn't work out. So on X and on Facebook, I kind of got a little riled up from all this antics, and I'm just going to read to you what I said. I said, all the Dems wanted to hear last night open borders, DEI, trans, and women's sports. I'm just trying to kind of read and talk as I go down the road. Probably should be part telling you all this story. As I sit at the light here, I will be able to tell you. But I just thought to myself, the Democratic Party, they didn't want to hear anything that Donald Trump said last night, even to the point that people are recognized for challenges in their life. They didn't even acknowledge those people, which, just kind of think to yourself, it's like, wow, is it really that bad? Really, is our country that divided where you as an individual that oppose the other party, but there's people there that are in the audience that have gone through incredible challenges in life, and you're not going to even recognize them, you're not going to even clap, you're not going to even stand for them? I just think, wow. Are you that heartless? Is it that much hate in your life? Really? Is that where we are in today's country? More than ever, that the political system is that divided and that much hatred? You have to honestly say that that's it's borderline true. It really is. And here we are at the UPS store. I'll park right here in the parking lot where nobody pulls up next to me and get dinged up. But anyways, I'm going to finish it up here, everybody, on me helping my sister out about the help. But what I was saying to you is this morning, or just here recently, I posted something I think it's it's pretty point on of what the Democrats wanted to hear last night on the speech. They wanted to have Kamala Harris up in front, not Donald Trump. They wanted to be the center. They wanted to be the focal point of that speech. But Kamala Harris wouldn't have done that speech this soon. About a year before she probably would address the nation. But I think what they probably wanted to hear, all the Democrats wanted to hear last night was open borders, DEI, trans, male athletes, women's sports, green agenda, more money in Ukraine, sanctuary cities, asylum seekers, free room and board for illegals, lock up Trump, etc. If you don't think that's what they wanted to hear, then you're not in touch with politics in this country. So, yeah, it's political, but you know what? I don't care. Some of the biggest YouTubers out there are all political. Look at Dan Bongino. This guy had so many subscribers. This guy was making millions a month. And wow, because the guy mouthed off all day on the differences of opinions of Republicans to conservatives and even to the independents. And the guy was very successful. So anybody tells my channel it doesn't do well because of this stuff, I'm like, baloney. No, it does. I think it does better because people are starting to realize that there's more smart people in this country than the Dumbocratics. I guess that's the new name, the Dumbocrats. Wow, I just heard that like today. Never heard that one before, everybody. Yeah, Dumbocrats. I wonder who gave me that idea. Yikes! Did I disclose who that was? I'll just leave it at that. God bless. Wow. Well, that ain't cheap. That was $85. $85. I mean, I had to pay $10 for their box, but I put $1,000 value on that phone, and to sure it gets there by Friday. $85. Wow and yikes, right? And nothing cheap, is it? But it's all good for my sister. I'll go to my way to take good care of her. Wow, that's it.